been quite a journey for this former KU golfer. He was a two-sport standout at Washburn University, but Gary decided he just wanted to concentrate on golf, so he transferred to KU after his freshman year. He went on to be a 4-time collegiate tournament winner for the Jayhawks. Yeah. Back in 2005, he won the Kansas Amateur at Colbert Hills, in 2006, the Kansas Invitational at Albemarle, and in 2007, the Kansas Amateur at Topeka Country Club, the year he graduated from KU. From there, it was on to the PGA Tour, where in 2011, he defeated Webb Simpson by 1 shot at the Transitions Championship at Innisbrook. He closed with 10 putts over the final 9 holes to secure that victory. In that fall, he teamed with Matt Kuchar to win the World Cup in China, and 2 years later, he won it in Reno, Tahoe. And then early in the 2018 season, Gary won again at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Yeah. Then, there's something about Kansas golfers in Pebble Beach. Then, to Pebble Beach in the 2019 U.S. Open, where Gary opened with rounds of 68, 65, 69, and a final round 69 to defeat Brooks Koepka by 3 shots. Here's an interesting note. The 4 rounds in the 60s was the first time for a U.S. Open winner since Lee Trevino back in 1968. So that was some kind of accomplishment right there. In December of 2019, Gary was a member of the United States team in the President's Cup, played at Royal Melbourne in Australia. The U.S. came away with a 2-point victory in that event. Gary and his wife, Gabby, reside in Delray Beach, Florida with their 3 children. This past week, Gary competed in the Sanderson Farms Championship. He opened with a round of 64, went on to finish tied for 16th, and it was his best finish of the year on the PGA Tour. So, after his medical issues from last year, it's great to see Gary back, healthy and playing. Earlier this year at the Masters, he received the Ben Hogan Award given annually to a golfer who overcomes a physical handicap or serious illness. And really looking forward to the remainder of this golf year. Gary coming off that best finish last week. And right now we have a video to show you.
Everyone knows what Gary has done in his remarkable and exciting professional golf career. I think Gary will tell you that he learned a lot about how to be a great golfer and how to play the game at a very high level and to stay strong mentally. Gary, congratulations on your Kansas Hall of Fame induction. You and your family have meant so much to Kansas, and I'm pleased and proud to know that you took my advice in 2007 after we finished the Kansas Amateur Award ceremony. I said, please, don't forget where you came from. Thanks, Gary. You haven't.
Gary. You know, I always thought when we met freshman year that if you would just spend a little more time on the driving range and a little less time in study hall working towards that sociology degree, you might really be something in this game. Look at you now. You're a major champion and now a Hall of Famer. Congrats, my man. Couldn't be more proud of you. Love you. Have a great night.
Congrats, my brother. It is so fitting, my man, that you are being inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame. I'm really happy for you, dude. Proud of you. All of us are so impressed and happy for you. Congrats again, dude. Enjoy.
I didn't think I'd have the honor of wearing your 40th birthday shirt twice in 1 year, but here we go. This must be the year of Gary. Congratulations to everything that you've done for Kansas Golf Hall of Fame. This is absolutely fantastic. It's been fun to watch you grow up as a game. Some of the golf shots you've hit over the years have been absolutely phenomenal. I can't even begin to name them, but the things that you've done off the course for so many people have been even that much better. Awesome night for Kansas golf, and we couldn't be in a better spot here in Kansas.
say thank you to the Kansas Golf Foundation, one, for inducting me, and two, for putting on this amazing event. It's an honor to be here. Congrats to Woody and Maddie. It's good to see you both again. It's been too long. I'm out on tour now. I feel like I don't know anybody else, so it's nice to see some guys I remember and know. And it's an honor to be inducted with both of you tonight. When I was caught off guard. When I found out I was being inducted, I was at home with my wife, and I was sitting there and I looked at her and I said, "Babe, they know I just had brain surgery, right? I'm not dying. I'm 40 years old, like my best golf's ahead of me. What's going on right now?" But I'll say this, as I've had time to process this, it's given me time to do something that as an athlete still competing, I know I have not done enough of, and that's reflect. Reflect how far I've been able to come, and reflect on how proud my childhood self would be of where I'm at today. You know, I grew up in Topeka, Kansas as a kid with a dream, and a dream to be a professional athlete. And I'm so lucky and thankful that I had parents that heard that dream and not only supported it, but taught me what it was going to take to achieve it. You know, I always say I had the greatest upbringing as a kid because I had the ultimate confidence boost in a mother. That every day she told me I was already great. And on the flip side, I had the ultimate motivation in a father because my dad would tell me, "Son, you can be great, but it ain't going to be easy." My dad taught me as a kid that nothing in this world is given to you. You earn everything. And to me, that's the best message a kid can get. My parents heard this dream every day. It's all I ever wanted. And instead of being afraid that I might fail or that it might be too hard, my parents sat me down and they said, "Gary, if this is what you want, and this is it, you're going to have to do some things to achieve it. You're going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to dedicate everything to this dream. And you're going to have to make sacrifices that other kids your age and other people aren't willing to make." You know, as a kid, and I think we all got the question, is what do you want to be when you get older? And my answer was always a professional athlete. And when you say that as a kid, people are very quickly to ask you, what's your backup plan? And today, I get the same version, or a different version of the same question. And today, it's, if you weren't a professional athlete, what would you be? Well, my answer as a kid and my answer today are the same. I didn't have a backup plan. This was it. This is all I've ever wanted. And I'm so lucky that my parents taught me what it was going to take to achieve it. Because let's say I didn't make it. Let's say I haven't played the last 16 years on tour. And all I learned along the way was to work my ass off, to dedicate everything to what I wanted, and to make sacrifices to be successful. Where can I not take those traits and go find a job today? Who doesn't want to hire somebody that that's what they bring to the table? And that's why I'm thankful for the way my parents raised me.
That's great.
The next person I'd like to thank, unfortunately, is not with us anymore, but his impact in my life lasts forever, and that's my college coach, Coach Rainey. Coach came into my parents' house when I was a junior in high school, sat on my parents' couch, he looked us in the face and said, in 23 years as the head coach at Kansas, this was the second in-house visit he'd ever done. And he was there that day because he saw something different in me. Well, I'm looking back and I'm saying, this is the only guy who recruited me to play Division I golf. This guy must be crazy. And I'll never forget the phone call we shared when I called him and told him I had decided to play golf and basketball at the University of Washburn. It was a short phone call, and he was pissed. And he straight up said, "Gary, you're wrong. Your future's in this game. Your future's at the University of Kansas, and you're going to figure it out. And when you do, you'll call me. And if you're lucky, I'll have a scholarship waiting for you. Good luck." And he hung up. And boy, was he right. And, that wasn't the last time I had to tell him he was right, but I showed up, my first basketball game at Washburn, we were playing at Allen Fieldhouse against KU. And quickly into that game, I find myself matched up guarding Kirk Heinrich. And I realized very quickly that that I probably wasn't going to play in the NBA. And I finished the season, I picked up the phone, I called the coach, I told him he was right, and I asked him if I could transfer to Kansas. And lucky for me, he had a scholarship waiting for me. And I showed up in Lawrence as a 19-year-old kid with 4 years of eligibility in golf. But for the first time in my life at 19, I was about to focus on one sport. So for the first time in my life, all the hard work, all the dedication, and all the sacrifices were going into one basket. And things took off quickly. 5 years later, I had my PGA Tour card. 2 years after that, I was a winner on tour. And now after 16 years, I've won multiple times and I'm a major champion. You can't tell me dreams don't come true. I've been blessed throughout my career to have an amazing team around me of people. And the list is so long, I can't thank all of them. Well, let's be honest, we have a Chiefs and a Royals game to watch, so I don't have the time to do it. But there are a couple people that flew in here tonight, and they know what they mean to me, and they know how much I love them, and I appreciate them flying in. But there is one person I do need to recognize, and that's because for the last 17 years, she's been by my side every day. And she's been there for the wins, for the losses, for the good days and the hard days. But for the last year and a half, through the hardest stretch in my life, she's not only raised our kids, but she's taken care of me. And when everything got to be too much, and the fear and the death and everything overwhelmed me, she reminded me what I was fighting for. She reminded me of the little kid growing up in Topeka with a dream. And she's the reason I can honestly say, as I start to get healthy right now, that I'm so optimistic about my future in this game. I don't know if there's a Hall of Fame for wives, but if there is, she's first ballot. And next, I'd like to thank all of you. I've been able to have success in my life because of how I was raised and because of where I'm from. I'm a proud Kansan. I'm proud to be from Topeka, and I'm a proud Jayhawk.
Watch out!
But the love and support that this state has shown me throughout my career means the world to me, and I'll never forget it. I get a great reminder every week when I tee it up on tour on the first tee, when I hear my name called out of Topeka, Kansas, and that'll never change. And finally, I've seen a lot of people I looked up to in sports, people on TV get inducted into things, and I've heard their speeches, and I've never understood why so many of them spent so much time on the critics and the people that didn't believe. But standing up here tonight, I understand that a little more. I don't want to spend a lot of time on those people, but there is a couple things I'd like to say. And the first is, to anyone that didn't believe a kid from Topeka could make it, I told you so. And secondly, and more importantly, I want them to know, keep watching, because I'm not done yet.
Sports night, and we got the games going on in the bar right outside there, so enjoy your evening. Go Royals! Go Chiefs!